not sure. But yes, we have things to talk about. We have enough people. Honestly, it's 8:03 for me, 9:03 your time. Thank you for everybody for joining. Was this our fifth installment of Sister Soul Sessions? Woo, that's 5 weeks in a row. Consistency.
Yes. So
As
proud
y'all
of
know,
us.
right? So proud. But yes, thank you guys for joining Sister Soul Sessions. As I stated, this is our fifth episode. This is a place for all things entrepreneurism, about our lives, our journeys, and how we maintain business, things that, people want to vent about as entrepreneurs that maybe they don't have the space for. Here is the space. And I am one of your hosts, Brittany, and I'm joined by my lovely sister.
Hi,
I'm not sure
you
why
there?
I keep getting knocked off. That's really strange.
Okay.
Bad juju, so let's talk about that.
Yes. It gets you every time. But
Okay,
thanks
it's
for
every
joining
time.
in. I don't know if you heard me, but again, hi everyone. I'm Amanda, the baby sister.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk, everybody.
Yeah, so let's get down to the nitty gritty.
So,
So,
of course, like my sister said, this is our fifth session. We did have a special guest tonight. She was unable to make it. It was Ashley Vischer. She was the owner, CEO of Queen's Hair Pin and Beauty. You can all find her at queenshairpinandbeauty.com. I'm so sorry that she wasn't able to make it tonight. But yeah, we will still dive in and get down to the nitty gritty about entrepreneurship because, like tonight, things happen.
yes. So,
So you'll
yeah.
be talking to me and my lovely sister Brittany tonight.
Yes. So, no special guest. As my sister stated, that's part of the nature of having business. So that's why I want to start actually, sis. How do you handle stuff like that? Because, you know, as entrepreneurs, people who, want to be seen, have their products seen, be out there, disappointments like that or reschedules and things like that happen. How do you deal with that? Like, even today, like we got notified maybe 30 minutes ago.
30 minutes.
So, last minute things, but life
Right.
happens. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
I
how
hate
does that make you
when
feel?
things like that happen. I don't handle, things like that very well. But as a mom of three, I do understand like sometimes, things come up. We work so much and we don't realize how tired our body is, and sometimes it just shut down to where you can't. So I try to, schedule things out more, what's the word I'm looking for? More efficient or more, to where I'm not overwhelming myself to where I can, be a businesswoman, and handle my business as professional as possible.
Right.
So yeah, it's a lot. How do you handle it? Because I don't know.
I mean, it's difficult for me, especially I'm in a service-based industry, so you are paying directly for my time. I don't sell products to where it's like if you didn't show up, someone else is coming or whatever, like your space is filled for me already, you know what I'm saying? So my time literally is money. Um, so it's difficult, and especially like I just try to carry myself where I am holding myself accountable and like making things happen regardless. Like there's just certain things like that you don't want to reschedule just for your own business. Like I know for me, there's plenty of times like I have meetings and stuff like that. I don't feel like doing it. I don't.
Yes, but you gotta put that game face on.
You know what I'm saying? Because I do it for work a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Hey, B.
Hey,
And
girl.
that's the hard part. I always relate it back to that. There were plenty of times where I was sick even, and I was making it to a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? So for myself, like I have to show up, even for the little things, because you don't know who's watching, what type of connection you're making, what type of networking, thing that you're tarnishing. So definitely something that's hard for me. I really don't like to, like someone who's been sick a lot of times. not holding my commitment or not showing up when I said I'm going to, like that just gets to me, like just irritated.
Right, right. Because
Thank
I
you,
be
D.
like, I got 3 kids and I show up every day. One
Mm-hmm.
eye open, like, I do what needs to be done, regardless of the situation. And I try to make, the best of it,
Right.
as possible.
Yeah, it's
Because
more about
I'm
showing up
afraid
for
of missing
yourself.
out on
Yeah,
opportunities.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's more about showing up for yourself, because you never know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even tonight, no, nothing against our special guest who couldn't make it, but like, this could have been the night where somebody who's been looking for a partner or to invest in hair or something like that. You just, you know what I'm saying? So it is
Right,
difficult, but like we said, life happens. There's been plenty of things where it's just like I just can't, like I can't make it.
right,
But I
right.
really do try to show up for myself and hold myself accountable and take responsibility for things. So that's why I try not to, make any type of engagement that like I'm like, oh, even if I'm a little bit like,
Right, right, right,
you know what I'm saying? But yeah, if it's that same day and I ain't told you, I'm just sucking it up.
right, right.
That's for me. Cause yeah, I've missed out on opportunities before because I'm like, oh, I didn't feel like it. You know what I'm saying? Your friends
Right,
went to a
or just not
concert,
even just
something.
feeling like it. Like you said, not holding yourself accountable and, doing what needs to be done for your business.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Cause
feel
you're
you
gonna
on
be
that.
tired. You're
Right.
gonna be irritated. You're gonna not want to deal with this last person, especially like some clients that I have. Mine is dealing with other people's business. So that's their baby. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of emotional attachment to it. So when I get those, those type of attitudes or, that coming against me, it's like, I get worn out. Like I'm dealing with what's most important to you all day.
Right, 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 right.
Yo, money that you already paid, the money you
Right.
want to get. And then, of course, you just wanting to establish something for yourself and striking out on a business is very difficult already. So, I definitely prioritize my time and I have a strict schedule. Yeah, schedule. Let's get on that.
Girl. Yeah, so I don't know what you sipping on, but I'm gonna take a shot.
Yeah,
Because
anybody out there,
scheduling for
yeah.
me has been scary. I think I've been trying to figure out a schedule for myself since Monday because I know my kids is going back to school Wednesday. So I'm like, okay, the
Hmm.
kids going back to school, like let me, get everything organized and, stick to a schedule so I can have everything, lined up and in place and ran as smoothly as possible.
But you see how
Like,
difficult it is. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy that you had to create a schedule to create a schedule, right? Like I was like, when are you gonna get on it? You have to have these things in place. But it's like, well, when do I have time to do that? When do you have time
right.
to put stuff in place? But yeah, it takes that little bit of time and keeping that schedule. I have a crazy calendar.
Yeah, I
I
don't
have
know what,
multiple
I don't even
calendar.
think that's a calendar.
It's color coordinated, baby. It's ready to go. But you know, I have to maintain my life like that. Like it's really crazy things I get scheduled too, like eating. Um, drink water here at this time. Make sure you do your breathing
Right,
at
right.
this
I
time.
was like taking a brain break.
But you
Sometimes,
see that I have it in there.
yeah. Sometimes I'll wake up at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's like my mind is just racing, racing,
Hmm.
racing with ideas, with promotions, with deals, like just all types of
Hmm.
stuff. And then I get up and I start writing, and I'm like, look, you need to be resting.
Yeah,
Because from
knowing when to take
9:45
that
to
time.
12:45, you could be doing this.
But you know
So
what? They say that those are the hours that you're most creative too.
I
So
noticed that.
yeah, yeah. So that's why that's good. And if you're making sure that you are taking that time where you are taking those creative hours and creating all of your content, all your ideas, that's perfect. So then in the middle of the day, block out a time where it's like I'm doing absolutely nothing until my brain just shuts off. Hey, Mom.
Hey,
Vision of Fashion
Mom.
underscore. Don't forget to visit. But yeah, no, it's very important to keep that schedule and scheduling out your me time or stress free. I call it my stress free zone, where like even behind me in my desk, I'll do yoga a lot of times, but I started creating like almost like a palette or like my little safe space. I sit down here. I'm just reading a lot of times, just shutting off my brain, listening to music, listening to my motivational speeches or whatever.
That's my favorite.
Hmm.
listening to my motivational speeches. My favorite, everyone, is Steve Harvey. Listen to Steve Harvey every day, all night.
And my favorite person, well, I listen to a couple, but probably my everyday is Eric Thomas, or E.T., the hip hop preacher. That's
Okay, yes, I like him as
what we
well.
call him. Yeah. I'm one of those people, like, I've been in sports a long time, so like I'm that person where, I do really appreciate when someone's like, you gotta go, you gotta push, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of a more tough love person, so I guess that's why I go that way.
Right.
But yeah, I need that kick in the butt a lot of times, because that's really what my problem is. So even though I have a schedule, how do you stay motivated to stay on that schedule? Mom said hers is Steve Harvey too.
Okay, I thought you got that from me, girl.
But like what gives you that kick in the butt to create the schedule, and then how do you stay on it? Because just because you wrote some stuff down, you know what I'm saying? Like, what motivates you to stay on
Well,
it?
I don't know about y'all, but what kicks me in the butt is my sister. She has so much, expectation for me, like, and it blows my mind. Like, she really pushes me to want better, do better, and she be on me. Well, this is our show. She be on my ass.
Yeah, this is our show, right?
Yeah, she be on my ass about everything. Like, what can you be doing from, what I'm saying, here in this time, and, stick to this, and don't, what I'm saying, overwhelm yourself. Like, that's my kick in the butt.
Well, good.
I don't know what.
I'm glad then. I'm my own kick in the butt too, though. So, and that's what's crazy, because the way that I speak to you, because sometimes I'm like, oh, that was harsh, but I'm like, that's how I talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And
so
I
it's
be
like,
like,
yeah, you'd be like, well, I was just
when
trying
you
to.
sent me my homework and you was asking me no questions this morning, I was like, bloop, 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 bloop.
But seriously, oh, well, go ahead and you could join in. She said I could have started part two. Yeah, our special guest couldn't make it. We found out about 7:30, or I guess 5:30 Pacific time, that they weren't gonna make it. So yes, please, this is an open forum today. We're just discussing, our reflections of what we have gone through, experienced these last 5 weeks of doing this show,
Don't get
and
scared
just how
now.
and just how we stay motivated to keep doing it. So speaking of that, though, and staying motivated and keeping our schedule, this is new, obviously, and something we both just added to our schedules. How do you feel like this is going? Like, what does this do for you? Where do you see it going?
This is good. I've always wanted to get more into speaking out about my business and speaking out as as a woman, as a mother, period. I've always felt like I never had a voice.
Mm-hmm.
You can only tell your vision or tell your dreams to a certain amount of people, that'll listen and support you.
Right.
I've never been the one to just stand up in front of the class, or just stand up in front of an audience and speak my truth or whatever I'm feeling or whatever I got going on. So this has really been helping me come out of my comfort zone and step out my shell. Like, you a boss. It's time to start, stepping like it, talking like it, being out there, putting myself out there more. So this is like a push for me, for when, we out there doing, our interviews with Oprah. So, this is practice for me. And I get to, do what I love to do anyway, which is talk to my sister. So
Yes, we spend
I
all day.
wouldn't, yeah. I
No,
wouldn't have
that's
it no
awesome.
other way.
No, same. I'm one of those people who've always stayed kind of in the background. Like I said, honestly, that's just my profession. I do like database support and stuff like that. So I just always know the back end of something. So yeah, it took a lot for me to want to step in front of the camera. As y'all know, if y'all follow me, I don't really even post that much. I don't really see the appeal of it. I do a lot of things, just so I'm not boring or anything. Life lit. It is,
Most
but
definitely lit.
yeah, I don't know, I guess I spend more time living it. Nothing against people who do. I definitely want to showcase that more, and also just represent what I do a lot more because I do a lot of stuff in the background. I probably don't give myself enough kudos for it. Um, and this is a way to just be like, yep, I'm here. I'm proud of what I'm doing. And this is staying focused for me, because when you're forward facing, obviously you can't hide away and be like, oh, I don't have to do it this week. Like it helps me. Yeah, it helps me with my discipline and making sure that I support my business more than, I want others to support it. So.
Right.
Yes. Hey, David.
Ain't nobody gonna go hard for it but us.
And that's the thing too about just holding yourself accountable, like we were saying earlier, and staying focused and disciplined. It's like, what are you committing yourself to every day? So that's something that I bring up to you all the time. Like, okay, we could talk about those things, or we could dwell on it, but how is that getting you to what you told me, what you really want?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Get to the next level.
And I feel like this is where we kind of created this, because it's like, all right, we both we know we have to go live once a week, right? To just create this algorithm. We know that we have a lot to talk about, and we actually hold these businesses. So, yeah, definitely a way for me to get exposure and just come out of my own comfort zone, for real. So, yeah, I'm glad I get to do it with my baby sister. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes. So we're two of Brenda Green's 7. Our older brothers in here. We had our other brothers in here. Oh, our oldest brothers in here now as well.
Hey, big bro.
So good to see our family, and this is what this is all about. We're definitely about legacy building and making sure that we are putting our family on the map and showcasing our talents and skills. This is definitely something we both have. Like my sister said, we talk all day.
All day, every day. Womb to the tomb.
Womb to the tomb. So yeah, I guess I'm more, which is crazy though, because in my professional life, I really don't have an issue speaking in front of people. I kind of just stay quiet just because I don't like to be a know-it-all. I'm one of them people. That's the only reason why I be quiet. Because I'm one of the people, I always got something, I know a lot about, I know a little about a lot. Yeah, it's that. And you know what? That's what's crazy, because you get that a lot growing up, where someone lets you know that, oh, you be into this, or you think you all that, or you know. So I think that's when people start to shy away too. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like you had that too, where people be like, oh, you think you better?
No, because I've always, been shy. I don't know, it takes me a minute to open up and, loosen up around people. But once you get to know me, then you be like, okay, she a dope ass chick. But yeah, I've always been.
Well, you something.
Right. I've never wanted, that attention. Well, I do, but like you said, I've always been afraid. Yeah. So, I use it oh no, we're gonna be doing all that, and let me just stand over here and just give me a shout out. You know what I'm saying? Just tell somebody has something to do with it. But don't
see, that part, I think it's making sure that you feel your own appreciation first. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, because you're okay with being in the background, people who are okay being in the forefront, they're going to take that shine away from you anyway, maybe not even purposely, but you didn't speak up for you, so what would make them do it? You know what I'm saying? So this is
right, and that happened to me starting out in business. I was always behind, the one with all the ideas and the connections and the hustle, the motivation. And then, so I give it all to the person well, we friends, I know you, so just run with it. And then I start seeing people blow up off my shit, my ideas. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm the brains behind it, but I let them have their platform. I gave it to them because I never liked to, talk or be seen or be in the eye. But now I'm like, hold on, wait a minute.
No, that's crazy that you say that. I was just listening to something where it was you'll get envious or feel a way about somebody doing what you have known to do for 10 years, and then be so upset, I knew that I was gonna do that, but why is your energy being spent on what they chose to do? You know what I'm saying? So what was your deciding factor on not doing it? And a lot of times we give ourselves the excuse or excuses on why we couldn't do it and fault them for doing it. You know what I'm saying? So my thing to myself is you're always going to have contributing factors and why you shouldn't or why it's hard to do something. But what was your deciding factor to do it or not do it for you, right?
Right.
So, and that's where this came from for me. Like, yeah, I had plenty of contributing factors to let me know I couldn't do this. I've been sick. I was just sick this last year. I had a whole year where I could do nothing. I've been broke. I've actually had less money than I've had since I was a child, I would say.
Right.
My adult life has not been like this. But you know what I'm saying? I had all of these contributing factors, and I could have allowed them to be an excuse to not showcase that, like, you know, I actually have these businesses that I've been running right where I've been sick, or I actually just started this and have that fear. And it was just like, well, my deciding factor has to be, these are my goals. This is how I want to make my money going forward. And I do believe in myself, you know what I'm saying? Like having that confidence or confiding in yourself. And that's what, you know, this is for me. So that's my motivation anyway. I be kicking myself in the butt all the time. Like, girl, if you made it through all of this hell and they told you were going to die, there was a time where they were like, surgery didn't work. You're not eligible. Remember, they're telling me I'm not even eligible to do my radiation. You know what I'm saying? If I make it through that, how dare I let this be something that makes me scared? You know what I'm saying?
You're right about that.
Like, we grew up without anything. Like, you know what I mean? That
That's
people
why I call you my
consume.
shero.
Well, thank you. No, and
my shero.
And it's just it's so real, man.
God is good. I am blessed to have you in my life.
Now I'm blessed to have you, and that's Sister Soul Sessions, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's all love, all collaboration, just giving people their flowers while they're still here, and standing up and speaking for yourself. Yep, and speaking out for yourself, making sure that you have that voice. So even for other entrepreneurs, that's why we bring on special guests, because a lot of times people are afraid to stand up on their own, or maybe they don't have the followers on there. It's like, I don't care. I have the same followers I've had since I began, girl. I don't add anybody. I'm not on here enough. I have pictures from like 2012 that are like my latest. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? I still knew that I could give myself a platform and give others a platform that maybe had those fears that I had in the beginning too.
Right. So I'd be scared. But I'm a bet on myself every time. It's a habit now.
Every time.
It's a habit. They be like, Amanda, you just did. Look, I don't care. I'm going out there.
Well, yeah.
I'm going.
So is that how you got started with like doing your parties and stuff? Sorry about that. I know. Girl.
You okay?
Yes. Well, welcome to the live.
Welcome to the live.
Yes, girl. All right. How that just lit on fire, my whole lighter just came apart. Right. Yeah, flames. What? Yes. You know what? I like to get things lit here. Welcome to the live.
She said life was lit.
I have no idea what just happened, you guys. I swear.
Oh my goodness.
My lighter's just sitting in front of me. Nothing else is going on. Nothing is touching it. I didn't flick it. Nothing. It just came apart.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, everyone saw that. So that's what, as we said, shit happens.
Look at David. I'm not.
Luckily, I have a little bin right here. That was no, listen. See, shit happens.
Oh, shit.
See how you got to be prepared for everything. I didn't even get to smoke yet. Now I need to. I don't even have a lighter in here now. Now I need to smoke.
Oh goodness.
Girl. Luckily I have a bin right here. See, people missed it. I was just on fire for some reason. My lighter just broke. That's why you can't buy cheap lighters, okay?
Right.
Usually I have
that's the one they give you for free.
Girl, and all that happened was this little coil came out as I'm sitting here. This little piece, as it's sitting here, just came out.
Well, we said we was going to get down to the nitty gritty.
Girl.
Sister Soul Sessions. And it can get hot up in this.
It can get hot in this. It's lit, okay?
Right. Lit.
So to all my non-smokers, what happens sometimes when you have these old lighters and part of it just comes apart and you still try to use it, it just does what it wants to. Right. Like, love, and share. Yes. Thank you, brother. Not that part. I'm going to try to edit it when I add it up to YouTube.
No, that's the dopest part.
Right in front of my face. Good thing I didn't have my wig on today.
Natural.
Girl, that would have been. But yeah. So, see, even that.
Mom trying to join.
She's requesting to join. Oh, Lord. She didn't care, I guess.
I don't know.
But yeah, staying committed no matter what happens.
Right. So yes, that is how I got into throwing the parties or having the events.
Mm-hmm.
It was more so of me taking Armor Wing Spot to the next level. I feel like people try to minimize my wing spot and like, oh, she stay at play.
Oh, gosh.
I am an online restaurant. Thank you.
Say it. What are you again?
An online restaurant.
Right.
So yeah, so I was like, okay, setting up or being a vendor at different events, it's good, it's good money, it's good exposure or whatnot, but what else can I do?
Right.
Can I throw a whole party and cater and do all that and it's just Armor Wing Spot?
Mm-hmm.
So
standing on your own name.
Yeah, like so I was like, I don't know about all that, but again, I'm gonna bet on myself every time. And so I just like, okay, I'm gonna go for it. And
no, that's a big jump. No, seriously, from just showcasing that you're online and then being present and throwing your own events, stating like you're presenting this, I'm saying? That's such a big jump and a vote of confidence for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And not trying to hop onto somebody else's bandwagon, but stating,
right.
this is me or whatever. So that's really big. I hope, Lenny.
It's coming from you. Thank you, sis, from being a street vendor. I'm gonna say a street vendor.
Mm-hmm. No, bro, speak
just,
on that. Like,
stepping
seriously.
out of my comfort zone. Like I've only been doing the Armor Wing Spot for 2 years, and within the 2 years, I've traveled all over with my sauces, my full flavor chicken wings. They feeling your girl out here.
Yeah. Fried hard
From
the
the
first
East Coast
time.
to the West Coast to the South Side, and I didn't think that it would grow this big or that fast, but I'm very proud of myself. So yeah, that's how I came up with, hosting events or throwing events with Armor Wing Spot, and it been real dope.
Mm-hmm. How do you have the confidence, like, to do it every time? Like, do you get nervous before? Like, it's just all on you?
Yeah, I be nervous. You always have that small little piece of fear, you know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, when you tell other people what you're trying to do, you have their opinion as well on how it should be done or if it's a good idea
Right.
or, just all types of things coming at you, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you have to ask yourself and God, like, is this what I want to do? Is this going to be profitable or is this going to be worth it? You know what I'm saying? Because, it's hard times, so nobody has any money, you know what I'm saying, to waste. They always say go big or go home. So I feel like I'm going to just, go for it. I won't know until I do it. So, and like I said, I'm always take that step and that leap of faith and be like, well, you only live once. Either they're going to talk about me for it being a failure or they're going to talk about me for being, you know what I'm saying,
exactly.
for being successful.
But
so
they're going to talk
either
about
way,
it, right?
they're going to be talking about it. So that's good to me,
No, exactly. And it's all about betting on yourself and making sure that you take yourself seriously and whatever you're doing seriously. So moving from, like you said, the street vendor model and then going into a restaurant, like where you were at a club and, everything like that. Then like, I'm gonna throw my own parties like that. I want you to know how big that is. And that's such a big
it was
step.
dope. It was dope. Yeah, I really enjoyed.
Yep.
I'm glad that I took that, you know what I'm saying, that leap of faith and got on out there.
No, I like what you said, though. It's other people's opinions where it's really their fears and they like try to project that onto you because they don't think that that's something that they could do. You know what I'm saying? So
Right,
yeah,
always.
your dreams do get minimized when you put them in the hands of people who, you know, don't have any, or, you know, they minimize their own. So it is very important to stay focused on what you know that you're here to do, and, you know, not listen to
Right,
all the
right,
naysayers and things like that, because you have to really fall in love with the process of it. You have to fall in love with
right.
whatever it takes in that struggle in the beginning. Like, I think that's why I started Holistic B, as, you know, like I said, it was a self-help situation before that, where I have a lot of holistic products and things like that. Not that I don't still do that, but I realized people were always asking me advice on other things, especially like their businesses and stuff like that. Like, oh, you're smart, you know how to do
Right,
this, or
right.
you know what I'm saying? And
So
just
how do you manage all that? Like running your own business and then you want to help. You're helping multiple people with their businesses and keeping track of everything and what belongs. That's a lot. Like how do
to
you
who?
handle all that?
Um, like I said, it's being in love with that process. I'm kind of like one of those lovers of chaos almost. Organized chaos is like one of my best friends. I really like, I start getting, you know, like I said, it's game time. I was a track, you know, track runner. So when I get on that starting line and I know like I gotta beat 15 other people right now, just me, I that motivates me every day. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
It motivates
right,
me every day. And I just have, I'm a really big believer in my service. So I feel like that's the biggest um, callings for me. So really, I don't even see it as like something I have to maintain. It's just really keeping a schedule. And most of my conversations are just regular conversations, right? So like how I talk to you, we get what we have like 2 hours every day where it's business, but our conversations don't seem like that. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So
right,
my love of the service and me falling in love with that process really makes it just an everyday type situation. They're all my friends, even if I just met you. You my friend because I'm
right,
gonna talk to you every Wednesday at 3 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Um, so it's falling in love with that process and knowing that that love for it motivates me all the time. Um, Knowing that I'm helping somebody past myself and this is something for their future, just like it gives me that extra push even when I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? Like most of the time people call me at like 12 a.m. I'm up all hours of the night. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those people. I'll answer your text from like 6 p.m. like at 3 a.m. or something, because that love of serving people is a really big thing for me. And this is just the way
right,
that I
right,
get to do it. And fortunately, God's blessed me where now I'm just like, hey, I can get paid for that too. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I just keep
right.
a
Because
crazy
the
schedule.
knowledge be knowledging.
the, the knowledge, you know, so off subject. Y'all got the same damn neck. You know what? I almost cussed my cousin out right now because, yes, girl, it's Brenda Green neck, girl. But you see, mine's not as fat anymore because I had my surgery. Because
I'm
people
just
used to
going to
talk
say that I am real sensitive about my
about.
neck in this time of my
Hi.
life.
Hey, sis. Hi, Robert. See, all of our brothers are in here.
Okay.
Most of them are burning, but you know, one out of the five is not bad. But yeah, man, it's really that wonderful love that I have for serving people. Like I said, my 9 to 5 has always been like technical support, I guess is what you call it. I'm an analyst, but I'm always helping in some way. So it's really easy. Hi, brother. It's really easy to just fall into that on the other end and keep everybody's stuff. Right. You talk about people neck, you know, people been talking about how my neck fat all this time. And I didn't even know I had a thyroid problem. So yeah, I'm sensitive too. Okay. Just kidding.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm not even going to comment on the neck thing. I've been going through it about my neck.
But yeah, I
Next
get
episode, I'm going to have on a turtleneck.
right. Right. This is the most my neck's been out. But yeah, man, staying motivated to serve. Hi, my baby. Lily's in here. Yes, and I have
Hey,
a
Lily.
daughter who I have a daughter who's gonna be 16 in a week. Okay. So yeah, the
Life ain't
schedule
life.
be scheduling. Okay. I schedule in conversation time. I have to give them their full time. I have to know all your friends, all your teachers, how you feel today. So it's really just making sure I keep that schedule, making the things that are important to you important,
Right.
and staying with it. It's
Your
difficult.
mom
Where I'm not
blowing me
saying
up over here, sis.
she said
Yeah.
her hair wasn't done to join. Is she requesting to join?
Yes.
Oh, add her. She told me when she want to do part two. hmm But yeah, but my schedule is getting booked up though. It's a blessing and a curse. Because what I do is
Yeah.
difficult, takes a long time.
I'm
But
very blessed. I asked for booked and busy. We asked for booked and busy. And we have been that.
we have been that. So it is definitely a blessing. And it's a testament of just stepping out on what you believe that you're supposed to be doing, and knowing that in some way it's going to work out. You know what I'm saying? If you fall in love with the practice and you stick with it, something comes out of it. Just like how y'all know something came out of the bad stuff that you kept doing. You know what I'm saying? If I drank for 5 years in a row, I'm probably going to have some results of that too. So it's just sticking with this and whatever that is. Like I said, people want to talk about you. People are like, oh, you still doing that? Or I haven't seen them make any money, or they say they got a little business, or I like, or people will shade you all the time, like, oh, I see you doing your little thing, or you know what I mean? So just it mattering to you.
You said what?
So people always come at you. See, Sister Soul Sessions. This fifth episode is just
Wait a minute.
listen, everyone, nothing's wrong with this. It's just going different than it was supposed to go in the beginning of this.
Girl. I'm back. I'm sorry.
So people are funny.
That was a little
They
much.
want to act funny towards you. They're not going to believe in your dream as much as you do, because maybe they don't believe in themselves as much as you do. So it's staying on track with that. Staying focused on your
And some
path
people
for real.
just
No,
jealous.
we're not drunk. I promise. I was trying to get there. I was trying to get there.
Some
I was
people
actually trying to
just
go there.
jealous.
Yes. hmm and knowing that, and we're not drunk yet. I'm trying to. I don't know why everything went on fire. Her phone. Listen, like I said, things will come
It's
against you.
literally
Look.
sitting. It's literally sitting on my ring light, and my hands are here. Well, minus this hand. Wait a minute.
You
My
see how
hands
things
are.
will come against y'all? You see how things will come against y'all that you have no control over, but the show had to come on. Our special guest canceled minutes before this. We were scrambling a bit. We didn't even know if we were gonna do this still, but I'm not drunk yet, but I hopefully I will be in about 15 minutes.
Right.
Because after my whole room just set on fire in front of us, I deserve a little bit.
Right, because I don't know what happened. My phone is literally sitting in
Girl, the whole
the
lighter.
phone
Look, this is
holder.
part of the lighter too. It just came apart. I swear, y'all, I didn't drink before this. I haven't even smoked my whole blunts here. Let me do my shameless plug really quick. Build a blunt boomsticks, just in case. We have a puff and paint coming up September 9th. Just shameless plug. All right. See, yeah, slipping and working. And you know what, B? You need that sometimes to get through. You know what I mean?
Amen.
Because people try you
I
all
agree
day.
to that.
Robert's rolling up, right? This is where we come and do this at, bro. It'd be a stressful day. Sometimes you just need some place where you can come, chill with your folks, people you can't get to all the time. Don't worry, B. Don't worry, my dear. They will be available in a week for you.
And girl, I'm telling you.
Yes, we're trying to be nationwide. We're all cannabis is sold. So we'll be hopefully opening up in Oklahoma and Missouri here shortly. We're already licensed in California, just in case. Yeah. But
Mama,
but it
stop
is
blowing me up. I can't join you. I don't know. It's saying that you're unable.
See, Tiffany, yeah. No, people try you, yeah. Yes, Lord, because I just knew I was going to jail today after my last patient. My cousin has anger
Oh
issues.
goodness.
Dealing with that. So people with anger issues, even though you have to deal with people. My sister,
Look at
my
my
little
face.
sister, my little sister is one of them too. So when she says that I have to kick her in the butt every day, it's mainly about that.
Yeah, because
Do I
I'm
have to
working
try
on it though.
that? What do you have to try, David? Oh, my build a blood? No,
I
no,
am working
not
on
David.
that.
No, not David. So David can't ever try my product because he can't ever smoke ever again. He's only smoked around me one time in my life, and that would be the last time.
The
And then
spider.
because we didn't know, we gave David one, and we're like, he was like, he came in, he was like, oh, you made brownies?
That's
I'm
when
like, yeah.
shit got real.
Yeah, and I go, yeah, go ahead, like, because they don't work. So we didn't even tell him, but we knew that it worked because he got it before we did, like the high. And girl, he fell out through the house. He tumbled. He did a flip. I've never seen a 6'4" person do a flip and roll before. But yeah, so he won't ever probably try. Of the 7, that's enough. But yes, back. Sorry, I did a whole tangent on weed instead. But because my lighter caught on fire. For those who missed it, had a little bit of a fire hazard in this. Oh, Tiffany, you can't ever join either. I would never let you smoke with us, babe.
Right. No, she didn't. That's
And that's
funny.
and that, folks, is kind of like how it is running a business. Every day, you feel like you want to give up and die. But did you? So let's keep
Right.
going.
Nope, you didn't.
Yeah.
You gotta but keep going.
But yes, probably once a day I tell my sister I give up on my business, but
I don't tell you, but I be saying in my head. And then as soon as when you call, I be jumping up like, oh shit. Like
oh,
I've
so
been
I'm
working
like
a lot.
Devo. I'm like Devo. When he come,
Yeah.
I be quiet. When he leave, I be talking again.
I be
Yes.
tired, dead tired, but I be thankful, that you give me that push or that you give me that phone call and be like, what are you doing? You doing, so it's
Mhm.
good.
And that's what's so necessary about even holding a business, keeping it. It's like I said, it's more like your child than people like to admit. Oh, I didn't leave out your story, Mom. No, I told them how you can't smoke anymore. I didn't leave it out. I'm sorry you missed it. I didn't leave it out.
I'm
Um,
crying.
but it's since it is like your baby. You know what I'm saying? You have such a strong attachment to it, and it takes a village to raise that and whatever your dream is. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
but I done
saying?
fired everybody that was supposed to be in my village.
Well, your village can be
Building
small
my
sometimes. It can just be it could be a
building
roommate.
my
It could be a
brand.
roommate. David
But
said Tiffany
business
in
get
here.
business in.
What's the hardest part about having your own business? Like the hardest struggles? Um, the belief system, because you know how to follow somebody else's instructions, right? You go get a job, they give you a whole playbook, they give you rules, they give you SOPs, or
Training.
you know what I'm saying? You know what you're supposed to do. You really don't have any issue. If something goes wrong, you know who to ask. You're not really responsible for anything. Even when customers come in or whatever your job is, a lot of
You
times
go
you
get
can
the
even,
manager.
yeah. Even if you're the manager though, right? You have somewhere else. Like, well, you can call our corporate then, or you could do. You know what I'm saying? You always have an outlet. So I guess
Right,
the
right.
hardest part about business is not and picking yourself up by your bootstraps every day, because there be customers who tear you a new one. There be family who make you feel like you can't do it, or worthless, or they only hold you to who they know you to be. So you trying to do anything outside of that, you know what I'm saying, is
Right.
difficult.
Or anything
So
more that they have ever done.
yes. So honestly, the hardest part is the belief system. Um, and just holding yourself accountable to what you promise yourself, right? Because that's what I see every time I say that I have a business. I'm making a promise to myself.
He's
And
still
so, yeah,
impatient.
I'm making a promise to myself and telling myself every day that this is who I am, right? And anytime I don't do that thing, I'm breaking that promise. And the reason that people have such a hard time believing in themselves a lot of times is because you're the person who knows every time you lied the most. So, of course, you ain't going to
Right.
confide in yourself. You a liar to you. Anytime you
Right.
told yourself you're going to do something, when you tell yourself, I'm going to work out, right? Amanda says this all the time. I'm going to be
Look,
healthy. I'm
don't
going
be
to work out.
using me for no example. That is
I'm
not
just saying,
fair.
okay, me. Okay, me. But like
Because
I'll
I
tell
get up.
myself,
That's a start.
but at the end of the day, right? You don't do it one day. What does your body know? That what you say to yourself and your word ain't true. So with knowing that, yeah. So Tiffany with her smoothie run, I'll use Tiffany as an example. She wanted to get healthy. Well, she didn't. I think I was forcing it on her. But she might have said something, or I didn't like how something was going. So you drinking green smoothies with me. I was juicing for like a year straight. And she would be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But then every day would create an excuse or a reason. I don't like to say reason because excuses are what they are, of why you couldn't.
Right.
So your mind and your body and everything that they know is that you're telling them that, well, the promise I told to myself or what I tried to hold my word to, it doesn't matter. It's not real. So keeping that belief that I do this and I'm going to continue to do this and I'm going to do this in a week when it doesn't go good. I'm going to do this next year when I have no customers. I'm going to do this live even though I have 2 people in here.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So really it's that. And I think we have that everywhere, but especially in creating a business or putting your name on something, I think that's the hardest part for me. Keeping my word to myself.
Yes, because I've been giving myself the word of the day in my journal. But then I was like, you know
It
what?
was an excuse, Tiffany.
It's a month. Like, my word of the month is discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I struggle with the most. Discipline.
Yeah. Yep.
So
And they
I won't
just
be
said,
switching
this
my
is
words.
confirmation.
This is the main word that I'm focused on, and it is discipline. I have to get that down
Mm-hmm.
packed because
And
if
Dave just
not,
said, this is confirmation during my 21-day fruit fast. I just ended yesterday, was ministering the same thing to me. God is ministering. Yeah, no, seriously. So Deja and I are doing the 75 hard challenge. I'm doing the traditional one, of course, where you have to work out 2 times a day, read, eat well, things like that. And we're just committing to posting about our businesses every day, right? Because we all know how easy it is to not, like, who's noticing I only got 2 likes, a week ago from a
right,
post I made last month, you know what I mean?
right,
So really keeping yourself accountable, like I said, to the promise that you made to yourself. She said, Deja said, hey, I'm going to post a video every day. So I'm her accountability partner, and that's what, like, all of this stuff is for. And it's really just like, yeah, like, you can't hold yourself to that. No, it's hard. You know what I mean? So have someone hold you accountable. Like I said, it's just like your child. If they think that it takes a village to raise their child, it's going to take some type of village to uphold you and to make sure that you're doing this. The same thing if you go back to school. The same thing, anything that you try to do to better the situation that's comfortable for you, right? Yes, accountability partners are key. So yeah, that's so too long story long, Tiffany. That is the hardest thing, I think, for me,
right.
about just having a business, really about every day. So think about how many things you tell yourself you're gonna do just to make yourself a better person, just to look good to yourself in the mirror. How many times are you just like, oh, I'm just gonna practice makeup just so I know. It's the smallest things, but they're big promises
Right.
to yourselves. Keep your word to yourself. So that's my thing. So that's why we're all practicing this discipline thing. Anybody that wants to join the 75 hard challenge, I mean, we're kind of already in it, but I definitely recommend something like it. It doesn't have to be 75 days. That's just what we're holding ourselves to be accountable to. But I think like starting off a 10-day challenge, like,
75 days of straight discipline.
yeah,
Well, I'm
because
telling
so it takes
myself, Amanda.
it takes what,
Like, for
3
real, like,
weeks?
I am serious when I told you that today. Like, I said it,
Mm-hmm.
like, that's it. Discipline. I gotta do it.
Hmm. And holding yourself accountable. So what are you committing yourself to every day? Yeah, so they just said literally I put the word discipline on my vision board for this month. Yep. So crazy. So we're all
All
realizing that
month.
that's something that we lack. Yep. It takes about 21 to 29 days to break a habit, 3 weeks. And really I say not even to break because I don't like to think in lack terms, but it takes that long to acquire a new skill. So you do something consistently for at least 3 weeks. Well, I'm gonna stop smoking until I find me more You know what? Well, that'll be tonight then. I can't. I got the sugars, diabetes. I gotta eat. Well, it's just what you're eating, Tiffany. Like I said, what are you committing yourself to? So we do know that everyone has to eat, but in what way are you forming those habits? What relationship do you have with food? You know what I'm saying? So keeping yourself
Food is my love
accountable.
language.
Okay, we're not gonna talk about Big Mama's food choices either, but it is because we all know we have to eat, right? But what are you committing yourself to? Are you deciding to eat pig feet and hog mog every day? Or do you try to have some fruits and vegetables?
Most
You gotta
definitely do.
eat, but what do you have to eat? I have
Right.
to live, right? I have to maintain a lifestyle and things like that. Which way am I choosing to do that? So, yeah, it's all about discipline and commitment to me. So, there are always contributing factors to why something can go wrong or why you have an excuse for it to go wrong. Uh, yes, I do use some AI to help, not so much in I guess in my business because I'm helping others with it, but really I just teach others how to use it to simplify and mainstream their business, but I don't really need to use it so much for myself. Yes, Chat GPT is, but because I'm big on writing and my words are so precious to me, I don't use it that much. That's the only thing. I'm a big person on words, so AI, things like that. And because I'm in IT and worked for the government before, I kind of shy away from a lot of things that have to do with AI. I'll talk about that. That's for another segment. That's what I would say.
Okay. Well, there it is there.
There it is there. And just like that, even without a special guest, we have made it to an hour. We're about 2 minutes left in. If anybody else has any additional questions, also you can reach us. I have links in my bios. You can find me at Grandeur Bree, Holistic Bee, and Build a Blunt Store, Grandeur Goddesses as well. And sis, where can they find you?
You all can find me on Facebook and IG at A Armor Beauty Collection LLC. You can also follow me at my Wing Spot page. Book me if you need a caterer at
Thank
Armor
you,
Wing
sis.
Spot on IG.
Well, yes. And those who reach me by text, I'm sure you will be continuing to do so. But I will be starting like a text chain because I know you guys all the time, every morning with my positive videos and things like that. They'll be shortened and it'll be your girl. Is there any new designs coming out of the South? The lip scrub. Any new things coming out, Amanda?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Let me know when you're ready. DM me to order, and I will be shipping you out some as soon as possible.
There are some new wing flavors out. She actually has a wing flavor of the month. So definitely go to Armor Wing Spot. She'll be out in Vegas starting September, where she has some events coming out. Hopefully, we'll have her at the Build a Blunt. And Leonie said, Auntie, you got to get me some lip glosses.
Yes, boo, I got you. I got you.
So, yes, that concludes our hour of Sister Soul Sessions. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode 5. It was
Bye.
a
Thank
surprise of just
you.
us, but yes, we thank you guys so much. And as always, have a wonderful night.
Peace.